Welcome to the Bible Quiz and Trivia channel. Today, we're testing your knowledge with 30 tough questions about Noah and his epic adventure on the ark. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video to support our content. After the quiz, share your score in the comments. We love seeing how well you do. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What is the meaning of Noah's name in Hebrew? A. Peace. B. Rest. C. Life. D. Journey. Answer B. Rest. Noah's name is derived from the Hebrew root nuah, which means rest or comfort. This meaning is particularly poignant as Noah's father, Lamech, prophesied that Noah would bring comfort from the labor and painful toil of their hands caused by the ground the Lord had cursed. Genesis 5:29. Question 2. According to the Bible, how old was Noah when the floodwaters came upon the earth? A. 600 years. B. 500 years. C. 400 years. D. 700 years. Answer A. 600 years. Genesis 7:6 states that Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters were upon the earth, marking him as a symbol of longevity and endurance in the face of divine judgment. Question 3. What specific instructions did God give Noah about building the ark? A. To build it with rooms and coat it with pitch inside and out. B. To build it with gold and silver. C. To make it round. D. To build it with multiple sails. Answer A. To build it with rooms and coat it with pitch inside and out. God's instructions for building the ark were detailed in Genesis 6:14-16, including dimensions and materials like gopher wood, and specifications for rooms, a window, and coating it with pitch to ensure it was waterproof. Question 4. How many of each clean animal did Noah take on the ark? A. 2. B. 7. C. 4. D. 3. Answer B. 7. Genesis 7:2-3 specifies that Noah was to take 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal. This instruction underscores the distinction between clean and unclean animals, which was significant for both dietary laws and sacrificial practices. Question 5. What was the sign of the covenant God made with Noah after the flood? A. A star. B. A rainbow. C. A dove. D. A cloud. Answer B. A rainbow. The rainbow is the sign of the covenant that God made with Noah and all living creatures that he would never again flood the earth to destroy all life. As stated in Genesis 9:13, the rainbow serves as a reminder of God's mercy and the perpetual covenant between God and the earth. Question 6. How long did it rain during the time of Noah? A. 40 days and 40 nights. B. 20 days and 20 nights. C. 30 days and 30 nights. D. 50 days and 50 nights. Answer A. 40 days and 40 nights. Genesis 7:12 specifies that it rained on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. This period of relentless rain is symbolic of a complete period of testing and judgment, but also of regeneration and renewal. Question 7. What was Noah's occupation before he built the ark? A. Shepherd. B. Carpenter. C. Farmer. D. Priest. Answer C. Farmer. Genesis 9:20 mentions that Noah was a man of the soil or a farmer, the first to plant a vineyard. This detail of his life provides context to his capabilities and his relationship with the earth, both before and after the flood. Question 8. Which book of the Bible primarily details the story of Noah and the flood? A. Exodus. B. Genesis. C. Leviticus. D. Numbers. Answer B. Genesis. The story of Noah and the flood is detailed primarily in the book of Genesis, chapters 6 through 9. These chapters provide a comprehensive narrative of the events leading up to, during, and following the flood. Question 9. What material was Noah instructed to use to make the ark waterproof? A. Clay. B. Tar. C. Pitch. D. Sand. Answer C. Pitch. Genesis 6:14 instructs Noah to make the ark waterproof by applying pitch inside and out. This specific detail highlights the practical aspects of God's instructions, ensuring the vessel's seaworthiness and the safety of its occupants. Question 10. Who were Noah's three sons? A. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. B. Cain, Abel, and Seth. C. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. D. Reuben, Simeon, and Levi. Answer A. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, are mentioned several times in the context of the story of the ark and the flood, such as in Genesis 6:10. They play crucial roles not only in the narrative, but also in the subsequent repopulation and theological interpretations of the human race. Question 11. How did Noah find out that the flood waters had receded enough to leave the ark? A. By seeing the sun. B. By God's voice. C. By sending out birds. D. By feeling the ground. Answer C. By sending out birds. Noah determined that the flood waters had sufficiently receded by sending out a raven and a dove to see if they could find dry land, as detailed in Genesis 8 to 6:12. This pragmatic approach highlights Noah's resourcefulness and patience. Question 12. What was the first thing Noah did when he exited the ark? A. He built a house. B. He planted a vineyard. C. He built an altar to the Lord. D. He explored the land. Answer C. He built an altar to the Lord. The first thing Noah did after leaving the ark was to build an altar to the Lord and offer burnt offerings, as recorded in Genesis 8:20. This act of worship signifies his gratitude and reverence towards God following his deliverance from the flood. Question 13. What is the symbolic meaning of the rainbow in Noah's story? A. Promise. B. Destruction. C. Mystery. D. Fear. Answer A. Promise. In Noah's story, the rainbow symbolizes the promise God made to never again destroy all life with a flood. This symbol of divine promise is foundational in Genesis 9:13-17, serving as a sign of God's mercy and the covenant between God and all living creatures. Question 14. How many days did Noah wait between sending out the raven and sending out the dove for the first time? A. 7 days. B. 3 days. C. 10 days. D. 14 days. Answer A. 7 days. Genesis 8:10 records that Noah waited 7 days between sending out the raven and sending out the dove for the first time. This period of waiting suggests a methodical approach to gauging the status of the flood's recession. Question 15. What kind of bird did Noah send out of the ark to see if the water had dried up from the ground? A. Sparrow. B. Eagle. C. Dove. D. Raven. Answer D. Raven. Noah first sent out a raven to see if the water had dried up from the earth, as mentioned in Genesis 8-7. The choice of the raven, known for its strong flying ability and intelligence, reflects Noah's strategic approach to assessing environmental conditions post-flood. Question 16. How many times did Noah send the dove out from the ark? A. Once. B. Twice. C. 3 times. D. 4 times. Answer: C. 3 times. Noah sent the dove out 3 times from the ark. The first time it returned with nothing. The second time it brought back an olive leaf. And the third time, it did not return, indicating the water had receded enough for life on land to be sustainable. Genesis 8-8:12. Question 17. What did the dove bring back to Noah to show that the floodwaters had abated? A. A fig leaf. B. An olive leaf. C. A branch of pine. D. Nothing. Answer: B. An olive leaf. The dove brought back an olive leaf to Noah on its second return, indicating that the water levels had decreased and plant life was emerging again. This sign was a hopeful indication that the earth was becoming habitable once more. Genesis 8:11. Question 18. What were the dimensions of Noah's Ark according to the Bible? A. 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. B. 200 cubits long, 40 cubits wide, and 20 cubits high. C. 150 cubits long, 25 cubits wide, and 15 cubits high. D. 400 cubits long, 75 cubits wide, and 45 cubits high. Answer: A. 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. According to Genesis 6:15, God specified the ark's dimensions to Noah: 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, ensuring it would be large enough to carry all the specified animals, Noah's family, and food supplies. Question 19. In which current-day country is Mount Ararat, where the ark is traditionally believed to have rested? A. Turkey. B. Israel. C. Iraq. D. Iran. Answer: A. Turkey. Mount Ararat, where the ark is traditionally believed to have rested after the flood, is located in modern-day Turkey. This mountain became the center of various explorations and searches for the ark's remains, particularly based on Genesis 8-4. Question 20. What was the lifespan of Noah, as recorded in the Bible? A. 950 years. B. 800 years. C. 1,000 years. D. 500 years. Answer: A. 950 years. Genesis 9:29 records that Noah lived for 950 years, making him one of the several antediluvian figures noted for their exceptionally long lifespans. Question 21. How is Noah described in terms of his righteousness in the Bible? A. As perfect in his generations. B. As a sinner. C. As wise. D. As powerful. Answer: A. As perfect in his generations. Noah is described as a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Genesis 6-9. This characterization underscores his suitability for carrying out the divine task of building the ark and preserving life during the flood. Question 22. What vineyard-related sin did Noah commit after the flood? A. He overpriced his vineyard products. B. He stole from another vineyard. C. He became drunk and lay uncovered within his tent. D. He cursed the land. Answer: C. He became drunk and lay uncovered within his tent. After the flood, Noah planted a vineyard, and one of his first actions was to make wine from the grapes and become drunk, leading to him lying uncovered in his tent. This episode led to significant consequences within his family. Genesis 9:20-21. Question 23. How did Noah's sons react to his drunkenness and nakedness? A. They all laughed at him. B. They covered him without looking. C. They ignored him. D. They scolded him. Answer B. They covered him without looking. Noah's sons, Shem and Japheth, took a garment and laid it across their shoulders, walked backward into the tent, and covered their father's nakedness without looking at him, showing their respect and modesty. Genesis 9:23. Question 24. According to biblical genealogy, who was Noah's grandfather? A. Methuselah. B. Enoch. C. Lamech. D. Adam. Answer A. Methuselah. According to Genesis 5:25-29, Methuselah was Noah's grandfather, noted particularly for being the oldest person in the Bible, living 969 years. He died the same year the flood began. Question 25. What specific dietary change was given to humanity after Noah's flood? A. Prohibition against eating plants. B. Permission to eat all types of animals. C. Requirement to eat only fruits. D. Command to eat only clean animals. Answer B. Permission to eat all types of animals. After the flood, God gave Noah and his descendants permission to eat all types of animals, marking a significant dietary change from the pre-flood era, where humans were primarily vegetarian according to earlier instructions in Genesis 9-3. Question 26. Which of Noah's sons received a blessing for his righteous reaction to Noah's indiscretion? A. Ham. B. Japheth. C. Shem. D. Canaan. Answer C. Shem. Shem, along with Japheth, received a blessing from Noah for their respectful actions in covering him without looking at his nakedness. Noah said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem." Genesis 9:26-27. Question 27. What curse did Noah pronounce, and on whom after the flood? A. On Japheth for disrespect. B. On Shem for negligence. C. On Canaan, the son of Ham. D. On all animals. Answer C. On Canaan, the son of Ham. Noah pronounced a curse on Canaan, the son of Ham, after Ham saw Noah's nakedness and told his brothers instead of helping to cover him. The curse was that Canaan would be a servant of servants to his brothers. Genesis 9:25. Question 28. How is Noah related to the concept of the Noahide laws in Jewish tradition? A. He was the first to observe them. B. They were named after his sons. C. He formulated them. D. They are the moral laws given to all humanity post-flood. Answer D. They are the moral laws given to all humanity post-flood. The Noahide laws in Jewish tradition consist of 7 moral laws considered to be given to Noah and through him to all humanity. These laws form the basic ethical code in Judaism and are seen as universal moral truths. Talmud, Sanhedrin 56 AB. Question 29. What does the New Testament say about Noah's faith? A. He was without faith. B. He was a preacher of righteousness. C. He doubted God. D. He failed to warn others. Answer B. He was a preacher of righteousness. The New Testament refers to Noah as a preacher of righteousness, highlighting his faithful response to God's warning about the impending flood and his efforts to warn others, as described in 2 Peter 2-5. Question 30. In which other ancient texts and traditions outside the Bible is a character similar to Noah mentioned? A. The Epic of Gilgamesh. B. The writings of Plato. C. Roman mythology. D. Norse legends. Answer A. The Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh, an ancient Mesopotamian text, features a flood story that includes a character named Utnapishtim, who, like Noah, builds a boat, survives a great flood, and sends out birds to find dry land. This parallel indicates the widespread nature of flood narratives in ancient cultures.